wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
All right, so coming back in today, we're recording the quad focus leg day. We already warmed up in the sauna for 10 minutes. We already warmed up with the warm-up sets for this guy, and then we're gonna have 3 sets of this guy because I already did 1 just to test out how much 315 feels today. And I think in accordance to my cut, 315 feels pretty damn good, so we're gonna keep it at this weight and we're gonna give it all the best we can. Other than that, we'll have 3-minute wait periods in between and we'll just go from there. Let's get it. One. All right, we got our second set for today. 315 is starting to feel a little too good, so I might increase it by, let's say 5 pounds on each side for the last set, just really hammer ourselves out. Other than that, topic for today is going to be steroids. Let's get this. Come on. Whew. All right. Timer's going. We got 2 minutes on the clock. Let's talk about steroids. So why don't I use them? Well, I think the best reason first off is I don't want my balls to shrink, and they shrink about 33 to 50% because your body basically tells the balls you don't need to produce any more testosterone, so you can go and shut down, lay off some workers and whatever. But the really big reason why I don't use steroids, nor do I want anyone else to, unless they've really thought about it and they have the financing, it's because there's too many people, especially young men today, who are influenced by this idea that if they don't achieve the peak physical fitness look that whatever society puts on men, then they somehow fail, right? They're not going to get a good woman, they're not going to get a good family, they're not going to get a good job, they're not going to get a good house, car, whatever, you know? And steroids don't really help you achieve any of that. The reason why I say that is because when you take a look at all the people who use steroids, it's like dipping a cup in an ocean and telling yourself, oh, okay, yeah, I have some people who have really good genetics, who have really good money supporting their financial decision to take steroids. And I have some people who are really dedicated. And you put that all together, and that's pretty much what you'll find in one cup taken out of the ocean. But what you're not going to find, because these people are not going to really show it, is the rest of the ocean of people who take steroids don't look like they do. Or if they do, the only way they show is acne on their back or on their chest, anywhere. And as a result, you know, it seems like steroids is a hit or miss. And for a lot of people, because they don't do it the right way, especially young men who just think they can just take it and be fine, it's a very big miss. And on top of that, it hurts your candle. Like if you think about it this way, your life, you know, you burn your candle on one end, it lasts longer. But if you burn it on both ends, I mean, it's not going to last as long. Doing so is just going to hurt you. And what are you going to achieve? A legacy in your 20s that by the time you get to your 30s, you're either crippled or dead. And what? You just hope that someone's going to remember you and your legacy in your 20s of taking steroids into everyone else's 30s and 40s and 50s. I mean, think about it. In your 20s, when you take steroids, really think about this. In 40 years, are you going to look back? Are you going to be able to look back? That's the first thing. Are you going to be able to even stand? And the third thing is, are you going to just be hoping that someone's going to remember you for taking steroids and looking fantastic? I'd rather play the long game, the natural game. Not take steroids, work out hard. Sure, I'm not going to look as ripped. I'm not going to be as big. I'm not going to lift as heavy. But at the end of the day, if your legacy is built on something that you have to die for and hope someone remembers you, you're not really building a great legacy. But anyway, I'm going to shut up. We're going to do our set. It was a little bit more than 2 minutes. It was 3 minutes, which is fine. We're doing 315. It's a pretty heavy weight. So let's change the angle and let's get the second set. I think that was 4. You know, if you're dead set on taking steroids, sure, go for it. Do whatever you want. I'm not saying go for it as if I'm going to support you, but at the end of the day, you can't just hop on steroids and expect overnight success, right? First of all, that's not how steroids work. Second of all, you have to get your blood work. You have to get heart scans. You got to make sure that you are in a good, how do I say this? You're in a good place with your mental health. Because when you take steroids, the chances of you seeing a decrease in your mental health capacity is a very big risk. I have friends who've unfortunately taken steroids and they've changed slightly after their steroids, but they changed so much during them. So you also have to take that into account. And plus, these are actual drugs, right? They're not like a supplement. They're actual drugs. And they're also illegal. So you have to think about the criminal aspect of it. And if you don't think about all of that, right? The financing behind it, the dedication, the sleep, the food, the working out. Think about it this way. If you're going to think that putting steroids in your body is going to make you lift heavy, sure, it will. Your muscles will be able to lift heavy and everything, but the tissues that connect between your muscles and so forth, those guys are not going to be able to catch up with all the weight. So you just add more chance, risk of injury to yourself. Sure, what I'm saying is, sucks. Yeah, you know, I'll be honest. If I wanted to, I thought about it, but I've never really actually pulled the trigger on it, because I just knew that every time I truly thought about it, the long game out of it did not work out. And the best part about thinking about it long and hard is that you realize, well, if you're gonna hop on it, what are you gonna make out of it? You're gonna post a really good physique on Instagram, blow up for a week, and that's it? You know, even people who have fantastic physiques, there's a lot of them who use steroids and so forth, right? Even they don't get the spotlight for like weeks and weeks. They just probably get maybe a week or two, and that's it. So what, are you gonna really burn your candle at both ends just to see yourself posted on someone's social media, glorified and idolized for 1 or 2 weeks, and that's it? I mean, it sounds kind of like a waste. Sounds like you're really destroying your body for what other people think. If that's the way you work out, then, you know, so be it, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't think about it. Anyway, let's get the third set into here. All right, that was the final set. Let's move on to, whatever we have left. And so, to really wrap up the discussion of the day, I don't really want to continue to keep talking about it, because I usually do my best to make these videos fun and talking about topics that are just more lighthearted and so forth, but I think it's a serious topic to touch upon in the regards of how dangerous it can be for you and for others. And I have very close people to me that have been hurt by steroids, and I have loved ones that are very into the gym, and I would really rather not see hop on steroids just to chase a trend. And so I guess the main conclusion I'd like to draw up here is that I want to make content on YouTube that proves otherwise. It's just, you can get an ideal physique, you can lift a lot of weight, and you can do it all while you're being natural. Because if you can't do any of it without being natural, then what's the point of working out? Might as well everyone take steroids or Ozempic and stuff like that. And that's not really the way we want to be going here. Especially with young men and even young women as well. You don't want to be enticing them to hop on steroids because it's indirectly influenced by the fitness industry and the fitness community and so forth. But yeah, and like I said, if I was on steroids, I wouldn't be making these videos to prove otherwise. That you don't need steroids. Steroids is not the bulldozer to the dead end that you think you are at for a natural builder. You have a lot of ways to go, and your physique that you can achieve naturally is, in my opinion, is worth more than you can enhanced just because you fought the temptation. Anyway, let's get this 3 sets of these guys, and I'll say goodbye to you guys, and I'll just finish with my other workouts and get home. So, yeah, other than that, I mean, what else was there to say? I guess, since we're talking about steroids and the temptation for it, I'll sneak in a little Russian word for you. So, that Russian word is going to be iskushenia. Iskushenia. It comes from from 2 words, iskusit, iskusit, right? And and the word is very, very old in the understanding of its origin. It comes from Genesis in the Bible, where the woman Eden, the Garden Eden, and the woman and the man, Adam and Eve. Whew, I am so tired. The serpent tempts Eve to eat of the forbidden tree, and so the serpent in Russian, in the Russian Bible, Russian translation of the Bible, says iskusit, right? Iskusit. So it's like take and eat of it, take and eat of it, and that's where you get the word temptation in Russian, iskushenia, which is really cool. But you know, I'm not gonna make a Bible study of this video or anything like that. I just wanted to throw in a pretty cool fact, right? That some words are really cool in their origins and whatever, and it fits in a little bit in our topic today regarding the temptation of steroids. And listen, it really is tempting. I really want to see where I could get myself, but at the same time, if I have to burn my candle on both ends to achieve something that, I mean, could possibly even kill me or cripple me by the time I'm 30 or 40, you know, is it really worth it? Not really, in my opinion. But anyway, I hope I've touched upon the subject and well enough. And you know, this is not to demonize anyone who's on steroids or anything. That, you know, you guys do what you need to do if you want to do it. I'm not going to stop you. But I do not want to influence the next generation of lifters and my generation as well to continue to take or start taking steroids just because they feel like natural bodybuilding is a dead end for them. That's just not the case, and in my case, it's not the truth. I'm just living proof of it, you know? But anyway, I'm gonna get these last 2 sets, but I'm gonna stop this right here. I just want to tell all of you, thank you for watching. If you liked what you watched or heard or whatever, you know, you like the video, subscribe, comment, and share. If you didn't, dislike, tell me why. You know, I'm always open. And if you guys like me talking about serious topics, you know, I can continue doing that. Not every single day, but you know, perhaps every 5 videos or something. I don't know. We'll come up with that. But other than that, I just want to tell you guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. Truly, God bless all of you, and I'll see you guys some other time. Thank you.